hello. Oh. There we go. Better iMac. We need to... I need to make another enemy. Yet another enemy. And a boss. But the boss may not happen tonight. Current rate. I know, right? How is this going to work? Okay, that's it. Making a new canvas. We're gonna see what we can do here. We're gonna get the ever popular placeholder pig for scale. Must have. All right. So this enemy. This is the retracting vine thing. So the idea is some kind of corkscrew. Drill. So something like that, some kind of drill. Hey, casual. But then leafy somehow, and then with a big old chompy plant. Big old chompy plant attached to it that will chomp you. And it can unscrew. Is this necessary? Now that we have... Yeah, I guess we do need it, because we do want multiple enemies that can do this whole up-down business. We did that with Barricade, that it can have a form that's near the ground and then up high where you have to use a different attack. My microphone's all the way over here to make room for the drawing tablet. I guess I'm not actively drawing, so I can kind of leave it right in the middle. So what do we need? Like, how is that going to work in... Do I want to make an actual 3D object? Would that make it doable? All right. So this is like a vine on a drill bit. Drill. Plant. We're gonna pun these names together. I mean, at the very least, it could be like let's see, what are some other carnivorous plants? Because there's the fly trap. Which isn't great. Drill. Drill. Let's see here. Let's grab some synonyms. No. Twist. great either. Twist tooth. No teeth. Though it does chomp. I want to do a drill noise with it as well for when it's going up or down. Drill bite, because it's like a drill bit. Let's go with that. It doesn't include the plant portion of the entity. Drill. Get fit. What else we got? No. No good words fitting that. Drill bite is fine. I think I did. It's been a bit. Right. Oh yeah, then you said poking reminder. I don't know if that was reminder to listen to it, which I did. So the fluty bit, there wasn't like the big build up back towards the scent that I was hoping for. It's fine as is. So this is fine, just kind of bouncing around. So right here, it's still like a grooving beat going on. And I don't think I want that. I was hoping it would be like you know, like peaceful, calm. So like maybe either slow. Would you get out of here? Would you get out from underneath there? Get out. Don't go under there. No, no, no. No, no, no. Nosy. So maybe like either drop the drums completely or slow them down a lot to like halftime or something weird. Something to make it a bit less dance beat and more just like long, slow, like keeping the same song rhythm, but like in halftime or quarter time. Yeah, a little bit extended would be good because it's a boss fight. It's going to go on for a couple minutes. So like it'd just be like flute and maybe like slow strings going on instead of the... and then just like maybe this very flute line but at half speed, so double the length of every note, and then make it go on a little bit longer than that, and then like almost like what's the genre that got made fun of for a while, dubstep, like the big build up towards dropping the beat, where the and then drop for like 4 beats, and then back into the main basically this exact level here, right after that. Like, that could be the loop point of the song, even. Or back to a similar level as that. That's kind of what I'm going for. Which I know my my rambling paragraph was all over the place there, but in my response. Music is sloppy. Its descriptions, therefore, must also occasionally be very sloppy. Okay. Actors. New actor. Drill bite. Sure. That sounds very platformer game enemy. I don't know where I'm going with that. Just assume that makes sense. All right, so let's duplicate this. Oh, oops. Can we refresh that? Hello? It's there. Oh, okay, there we go. All right. Look, it's the drill bite. It's not. Okay, so this will be a nice little test zone. Okay, so what we would have to do... Oh, how in the world? So in addition to this, we could have a three-dimensional object. Oh boy. Okay, so we would need a path 3D, which I think there's some way to handle that. Bop. 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 Yeah, leave it at top level. Sure. No, it's not the path that's the top level. It's the, the polygon is the one at CSG Polygon 3D. That one has to be top level, I think. What a great polygon it is. Okay, so we're gonna try some things here. All right, so path. Points. Add element. Add element. So let's go position 0.1. Nope. Position 1. Sure. Out. Going to. I don't know. Sure. Position -1. Okay, see, that's not good, but it's the general idea that counts. Add element 1. Yeah, that's great. Hey, Liari. Okay, that's more circular, so we're getting somewhere. And position 1, position 2. Okay, so this is our test path. And then we change this one to be a path mode using this path And that does that give us path interval 0.2? It's a little tilty, so we have to turn off the tilt, right? Tilt. Path rotation. Polygon. Okay. But why? Oh, because of the scale, I assume. Yeah, that's still doing some silly stuff there. Path follow. Path. Okay, the scale is doing weird things. Because this one is not top level. Well, that doesn't look much better either, does it? Oh, it's inverting. Okay. So I could do this. Actually, that is kind of helping. So the idea is we're trying to make a very simple corkscrew using CSG, which is not a great idea, let's be honest. Better? Maybe? Maybe? Yeah. That's a little bit more what we want. Okay. It's certainly not perfect. It's very bumpety. But I guess that's not a huge surprise for what we're doing. Now, what if I told it I do want to use the polygon curve? Then it does that. Path follow, no. Path, yes. So I think if we just take that path and maybe we reduce the Y, and then on the polygon maybe we can sharpen it up a bit. Something like that. Yeah. It's just doable. And then we could repeat this path up a little bit. So I have to do that. 1, -1, 1, -1. Don't you try that on me. I know better. You guys are bad influence. Don't. I got a computer video game to be making. I'm gonna be on this for the next 3 or 4 years. Come on. You're just slowing down greatness. Look at this greatness. You can send my regards. I do. Trying to get me to buy more games. And make me make less games. That seems pretty ridiculous, if you ask me. I don't know, just saying. Something went wrong there. Oh, yeah. Guess I want it that tall, huh? So let's do this. 1. All right, here we go. -1, 1, -1, 1, -1, 1. And then, oh boy, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5. That's not how it works at all. It's great, looks great. 1.5, negative 1.5, negative 1.5, positive 1.5, positive 1.5, negative 1.5, negative 1.5, 1.5, negative 1.5, boom. It's a solid corkscrew. Now let's make it a little bit smaller overall. This. Something like that. There we go. Now, how do we want to do this? How is the shading going to work on this thing? Unshaded? Unshaded with an outline, even? Can we do that? I could do like a reverse mesh outline thingy. Alternatively, we do have an outline shader, but I don't know how good it is. Do we just pass that here? No. Maybe? Try it. It looks pretty ugly. Animation player, we need to make unique and then delete pretty much all of them. It doesn't look awful, I guess, but it certainly doesn't look great. We'll try it. We'll try this method. Okay. There's some kind of metal corrugation texture we can try. Actually, that's a pretty good look right there. So we'll use that. And it's unshaded, so it'll just look that way. Can I get a pig for scale, or player for scale here? Yeah, that'll work. Okay, good, good. It does spin. Okay, right. It needs to face right initially. Okay, so that's a start. It's going to be very different from our normal stuff. This enemy is going to look very different. And then we're going to use some 2D pieces to vine it up a bit. So we're going to want pieces of plant to embed. And also we're going to want... I saw D there for a second. Always with us. We want the bitey parts. Those can be animatable individually. That's just a top half and a bottom half. But then lots of little leaves that we can inject to make it obvious that it's a plant that's also a machine somehow. Don't worry about it. All right, now I'm going to move the mic. Size this at about 8. About the size of a pig would be pretty good, honestly. Okay, so what shape are we doing here? Something like this. Like that seems fairly straightforward. Kind of beaky. Okay. Great. And those can be hingeable right there. All right. Nice green-ish color, but a little bit more on the yellow side. Yeah. That looks good. The dry bristles. Everybody's favorite texturing brush. Get it nice and dark towards the bottom here. Oh yeah, let's we use a little bit more blue for shading where possible. I need to get out of the habit of using black for shading. And then a bit more yellow for highlight. Nope, it eventually got there on its own. Okay, so that's a good start. The vine in the center. I mean, yeah, it can just be a really tall vine thing going on. And then just make some leaf pieces. Let's just a vaguely thick vine piece here. Twisting vine. I don't know how big it needs to be here. So we're just gonna kind of let it go off to wherever. It'll probably go underground, which is good. That's fine by me. That's plenty fine of a vine. Oops. Okay, we have a vine started. Just do this and then invert. No, do it this way. Okay, and then fill with same color, lock alpha channel, do similar shading. Blue is better. And then a little bit more yellowish. A little bit more yellowish for some highlights. Yeah, that's good. All right. Leafy bits. Just some big old leaves, right? Just a variety. Well, that's more like a lemon shape, but we'll take it. But no, it should be kind of a little bit serrated edges. Make it a little bit more dangerous looking. Make sure that fits in the image footprint. And then also, I don't know, a slightly... No, I mean, that's fine. Move on. We got business to attend to here. Ho ho. Ho ho ho, Travel. Bright yellow towards the top. There you go. Boom. Done. Easy. No eyes to speak of. Do we have a clean line? Yeah. All right. We're good. Done. Save it. Actors. Drill by. And then resave it as a flattened PNG. this out of here. Yeah, this one's gonna be weird. We're getting weird with it. Actors. Drill, 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 drill. Here. All right. Yeah, that's a weird one, but it'll work. All right. Put it in, I guess. Well, no, let's do it. Let's do it on the animation canvas to start. Container. This out of the way. Get it out of here. Don't give it its jacket. All right. Region. Plant. Stem. Yep, makes sense. Yeah, see, it's like growing up through the middle in a weird way. Okay, 340, 400. Cool. Great. How does that look on the sub viewport though? Oh, it's really close to the top though. Okay, so let's keep that in mind here. So the whole thing can spin and go up and down, which is cool. I really want it to be like at the tippy top, so maybe we pull this down a little bit more. And 450. Buys us a little bit of room, but not much. Okay. Stem, and we're going to connect the next two to the stem. Add in a node 2D. Right at that part right there. That's going to be the hinge point. Head. Which is going to be, it's going to consist of top and bottom. Top. Bottom. No, wait a second. They both need to be hinged there. Top hinge. Bottom hinge. And that way we can rotate them individually there at that point. So bottom hinge can rotate just like that. Great. It happened fast. Leaf 1. Oh, wait. That should be a sprite. A new version. Excellent. Let's take a look at that shortly. Leaf. Give leaf. That needs a node 2D leaf hinge 1, and then leaf can just be part of that. that, and then we move like that. And then a second one flipped here. Maybe even a third. Which is rotated somewhat. These feel weirdly attached and maybe poorly scaled. It might be a little better. Maybe the head just needs to be bigger. That's gonna cut off at the top, isn't it? Yeah, it is. That's fixable though. Okay, pull in new chapter 2 boss theme. Yes, yes, that's what I meant. Yep, good build. Yep, the rest measure, excellent. It's very reminiscent of the old Dabo Worlds music that you made, which I like. I think that style is your best work. Yeah. And then there'll be a loop point in there that we'll work in. Yeah, that's really good. Oh, gonna make it long. Nice, nice. Yeah, that's significantly better. I love that. No. How could you? How could you? It's just some frogs resting by a river. It's fine. Pump up the tunes. Do I want to make this 2D? Is that doable? Can I do that? Hey, Slav. Welcome in. Beautiful vine monster. It's like half vine, half drill thing is the plan. I'm trying to figure out, like, if I made this whole image 2D, would that drill business still work? It's like, I kind of think it would. So what I would need to do is basically take this. Yes, those are important. Those are very important to the art. Okay, so what we would do, first we would go back to the CRA file, modify the canvas size to 600. Okay. Something like that, right? Okay. So then we try to visualize what if this was, yeah, drill fins. Which is already a hard enough thing to visualize like this. It's like the three-dimensionality is certainly different. All right, let's leave it 3D then. Why not? It's weird. Let's try it. Let's try to be a little weird. Maybe, okay, hang on. Maybe we can make this work. Maybe we can make this work pretty well if all of the mechanical plants have actual 3D components to drive in that this is a weird melding of different things. All the mechanical stuff is 3D, the plants themselves are 2D, and it kind of highlights that weirdness. Makes it more easy to show that, hang on, there's something weird about these plants, all of them. I like that. I like that. Let's do that. Okay. I'm on board with it again suddenly. Okay, did we get this transform copied over properly? 340, 550. Yes, we did. Perfect. All right. Animation player. Animate on the animation canvas. Yeah. I think that's doable. It's weird. It's different. We wouldn't be the first to do it. Let's see. What am I thinking? What would be a good example of a game that did some good, like, weird 3D things in an otherwise Paper Mario world? The problem is there's not a whole lot of Paper Mario likes out there that are well known enough. It's like there's Bug Fables, and that one didn't have much at all in the terms of full 3D. Like, a few of the enemies used 3D elements, like even Spooter the spider. His legs were they were flat, but they were kind of going out in the third dimension to be like, oh, big spindly legs. Thousand Year Door, I can't think of any enemies that were full 3D. There were the pigs, which were 3D, but those originated in Paper Mario 64, but I barely remember Paper Mario 64. All right, let's get on it. Obviously, the leaves have to rotate, right? Like, no question there. Give it a nice 5 degree. Slow it down. And repeat. This one's gonna be -5, right? Since it's on the other side of deep video game lore. For me, it feels like there's barely any depth to it, but I definitely get that for people who are not, you know, eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff, it's gonna be weirdly specific knowledge. Some games, it's definitely a deeper knowledge than others. There we go. Offset slightly so that we don't get this big clumping effect. Get them as offset as we can without being super patterned. Part of me wants the stem itself to rotate back and forth a little bit, but that's not going to work properly because the screw is not. Didn't even know Paper Mario was a thing. There you go. There you go. Boy, it sure is a thing, huh? Okay, this needs to be pretty subtle here. Yeah, there we go. That looks good. Just stretching everything out a little bit. The bottom jaw needs to do a little chomp, 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 chomp. All right, I think that's fine. All right. All right, let's stick with the standard animations first. Sleep is always an easy one. We usually just drastically increase the animation loop time, and also give him a little nom nom nom. There we go. He's asleep. And we're also gonna add the head itself is gonna get a little bob to it. Needs to be the other way. This. No, it's like a nodding off. Something's wrong there. Duplicate again for tired. How are you gonna poison a plant? I don't know. No head rotation here. Oh no. Let's do head rotation. But like a constant. Yeah, how do you do that on a plant? Who knows? So that's tired is technically what we use for poison, but poison's not even in the game yet. You can't poison anything. But when we add that, there needs to be an animation for it for every single character, which is a lot. We need hurt. Hurt, what we usually do is go for a very short loop. Sure. He's wiggly. He's wiggly. Things I want, like... up. Yeah, I want more up. Like that. Great. We can do this also. Make this a little bit more. Yeah, great. And then head rotation. Alright, that's all the main ones we need for a battle. Now we got some weird ones for this specific thing. He needs an attacking animation. So we're going to call that Bite. And it's going to look the same, but much faster as the idle animation with a twist, and that's that he bites. He never saw that coming. So we're gonna make his... Oh my gosh, it's GQ! Welcome in, GQ. How were the demos? Did you get to do the pilot horse demo? Crashville Day. Perfect. Well, I guess you get what you pay for. Or something. We're making a plant. That's really it. There's nothing There's nothing amazing happening here. Two-hour shrub. I love the 2-hour shrub. I hate the 2-hour shrub. No, you know what? The shrub is something. The shrub is something. It's just this shrub enemy is way more complex than it appears. Unfortunately. This is it. This is 2 hours of my life, is this shrub. This guy's already a full hour of my life right here. Bite. He goes chomp. Stephen Barricade. That's him. Steve Bear, as they call him. Alright, the head scaling. I want the head to stretch out. Like, a little bit. That looks really good, actually. Less good. Maybe. Oh. Well, I mean, I see why that's happening. I don't have to like it. Steve is a nice name. Okay, that works. That works. He really gets snappy there. All right, now he has a bite animation. Cool. Okay. Now it's all gonna go downhill with this whole screw bit business. There really are. After using it for a while, I'm getting the hang of it, but it's still a mess. So the idea is this thing like comes out of the ground spinning because it's like a screw. It's a drill bit, but also a plant, a carnivorous plant. There's layers. All right, so animation player, switch it back to sub viewport, and now we can see it in action. It's fine. And the bite. He does a little chomp. Good. Great. Good chomping. All right. Great. Love it, I think. Now we're going to have to figure out how to turn this into an enemy. Does it? Let me check that again. It might. Oh, it does get... Oh, it gets cropped. Oh, get cropped, nerd. Good catch. So let's change that to this and bump the container over by 50. We're going to have to go more. He's big. He's big. There you go. You improved the game in a small but meaningful way. So remember that when it finally releases in 2029. All right. Doesn't even have a tattle information for barricade. Drill bite. Okay, this guy's got 6 HP? 5 HP. Four HP. He's got 4 HP. 2 strength. I'm gonna have to balance the XP on all these because they are not balanced yet. Don't scoot. Every time on screen that he doesn't get cropped. Okay, so he's gonna need to do something similar to what Barricade does, where he swaps between up and down. That's super doable. And then his chomp move is gonna be, that's it. That's all he's got going on. He's got a chomp move and 50% chance of changing height. That's it. That's his entire shtick. All right. All right. This is Drill Bite. No. He's a bog standard enemy. He doesn't need more than one move. He bites. He targets first enemy only, I think. That seems fine. He is not a boss. He is an everyday villain. All right, so he's going to zip into the ground. Let's do that as a fire tween. Ease in. Yeah, ease in. And it is his position Y. Moving 2. Oh, this is going to be weird because he has solidity, so I need to turn his solidity off and temporarily make him immune to gravity. No, there's got to be a better way. Let's not act. It's simple. Just don't actually move him. Move just his sprite instead of moving his actual actor. Is that what we want to do? Ooh, I guess so. So yeah, we can just do actor.sprites. So that's source.actor.sprites, which by default has a position of 0, 0, 0, 0. So we're gonna move that position down, down into the earth by how much? 1, 2, 3 units. Oh, it's doing the thing. Sometimes it does the thing. Player for scale, please. Okay, so if we move this guy down 1 unit, that's believable, but I think 1.3, no, 1.2. 1.2. Negative 1.2. 0 is full height. That's his standard height. and negative 1.2 is down. And then 2.2 is enough, but we'll go 2.5. Okay. So move him down. Also is fire tween target and then the time. Okay. Move it to negative 2.5 to get him underground. Trans quad is fine. Wait the corresponding 500 milliseconds for that tween to finish. Then teleport. That means we need to keep track of our original position. Technically, we don't have to keep track of our original position. Hilariously, because this is all bound parameters. I'm not going to explain what that means. Just trust me. That's it. You don't have to worry about it. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of it all. Like to get tied up. You got it in one. Welcome in, lag. All right, then change to negative 1.2, and we're gonna do that ease out. Yeah, let's do ease out. We also need to teleport, which I think. We do like a set position here. Move. And you could just move. I think set, like actually setting the position maybe makes more sense. Well, I mean, why not? Why not just move him directly in front? Yeah, move that source actor to the target actor position plus target direction. So I'm not going to say move to the right of the target because we want it to move based on which direction each side is on. Because, hey, what if the enemy's on your left? That could happen. It doesn't, but it could. It happens for some enemies. Okay, so then move him up. Let that animation play for 500 milliseconds. Then do the bite animation. In that bite animation, wait until the 1 second mark. Exactly. Wait until the 1 second mark, and that is when we cue the damage. Wait an additional source actor. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it's true. I mean, there is confusion, actually, now that you mention it. And that one, I think, even works. Only move the sprite. Could this guy still be targeted? Well, yeah, I mean, nothing that's happening here affects how the battle system tracks whether you can hit an enemy. But we are going to do something that's going to change whether or not you can target this guy soon. Okay. After you do that, move back into the ground. There'll be a to-do. sound effect drill noise. Okay, move back into the ground. Move back to original position, except underground. Wait half a second before doing that movement. Then do the movement, wait till it gets you there, which should be instant. And then drill back out, but target height. So randomly, it's either going to be flying or not flying at the end of this. Final height equals 0. If that. Otherwise, we said negative 1.2. All right, so move and then drill upwards to our final height. Wait 500 seconds, and then we need to do a set flag on is flying, right? All right, this will work. Is flying is becoming a increasingly inaccurate description. All right. And that's it. I think, I hope. We're gonna find out. Battle manager. Drill bite. Give me 2 of them. Alright, kind of close to his comrade there. Okay, currently I can hit him, even though I'm not supposed to be able to. Oh. Okay, well that was bad. Uh-oh. Right. Also, forgot about this. He needs to be able to move into the ground. I need to change his collision. Is there anything where I mess with sprite collision? Surely not. I don't think there is. Maybe special move? No. Tactics move? No. Partner move? Probably not. Item moves. No way. Chapter 0 moves. No, collision never comes up. What? Lizard guy? There was no lizard guy. Making things up. Say his initial state is flying, even though it's not going to be true later. Okay. Actor collision is stored on the collision object. I could just turn the mask off. Okay, so copy the property path. Old collision equals source.actor.collision mask. Okay. So let's set flag at the very beginning on the actor. Set it to true. At the end, set it to false. And additionally, set the actor's collision mask to 0 at the beginning and back to normal at the end. Actually, you know what? I think I just don't want this thing to ever have collision. Why is it doing this? Why is it doing that now? I don't think I ever want it to have collision. I think I'm just gonna specify, no, this thing never collides and it doesn't have gravity. Deal with it. Immediately falls to the floor. Alright, why did that happen? Why, I want to talk about that. Why did it fall? It's character body, so it doesn't really have forced gravity. That all has to be handled, yeah. Yeah, this only happens if is flying. So, why is it falling? Why did it fall? Oh, hang on, I'm trying to intercept you. Pause. Remote battle actors. Drill bite. Gravity, huh? Gravity, huh? Oh yeah, that's just the private variable gravity. Is flying is false. Great. Oh wait, no, but this one is not. Sorry, what? Members is flying. Oh wait, no, that's this. Just is flying. Yep, good. Collision mask is emptied out. Good. Position is into the negatives. That's bad. There he goes. Cool. All right, let's do it this way. Drill bite actor. If name equals drill bite actor, then why don't you print me my is flying value? Let it run a bit. Check the output. Not seeing that at all. Not seeing it at all. Oh. Okay, well that's silly. I misnamed it. Okay, flying is false. It's false. It is false. You're absolutely right, it's false. Don't know how that happened. I must have unchecked. I'm gonna have to watch the VOD back. I think I just must have checked the wrong checkbox. Also, this guy's called Dillbite. There we go, fix that. All right, let's see if he's gonna fall through the floor more. Yay, he's fine. That's less fine. That timing is awful. And he doesn't come back. Also, did he just hit for 4? I messed up the Q damage. Yeah, I set it to flat damage, didn't I? No, I want regular damage and not flat. It needs to be blockable. Also, they never came back. They never came back. It's supposed to be go to their final height, which is either 0 or negative 1.2. So, where are they now? Negative 2.5 and negative 2.5. So they successfully went back down. And then we did this. Does that need a slight wait, maybe? Before we jump back up to our final height? No, he just still doesn't come back. Don't know why. Print final height. Also, hang on a second. Why doesn't the path come? Oh, because it's top level? And I shouldn't have done that? Okay, that's probably gonna fix that. Well, we'll see. Okay, that's fine. Also, the timing on that is right. Okay. Final amount 0 on both of those. Actor, transform position 0. Okay, so it said that it wants its final height to be 0. So source.actor. Oh, right. We've been moving the sprites, not the actor. So we need that. Okay. Now as for the timing on the bite, it's like when he starts biting, it looks like every time. He changes into the bite animation. Wait 1 second. Cue hurt actions. That should be when it happens. Oh, I bet the reset animation, yep, is really long. Okay, so that fixes that. We got it. All right, check it. He doesn't spin yet. Also, that's not how that's supposed to be. I was worried about that. That's why I was making it top level. What if I make the path top level instead of the polygon? Okay, promising. Okay, good timing. Yes, okay, timing is better. He's facing the wrong way when he gets back. That's easily fixed. Also, they are showing up on the wrong side. Oh, glad you enjoyed it, Photon. I try and do that once a year around Christmas or early summer. Or both. Because if I don't, I'm just gonna get worse through disuse. I don't need this, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. All right. He goes to the wrong side when I move him. So I need to change this to negative? Yeah, because I don't want to go 1 meter past him. And then also face... nope. Set actor facing enemies. Right after moving him back. Oop, comma. Okay, next and hopefully final piece, pre-polish, because I'm not going to do sound effects tonight probably, is he needs to be able to, he needs to spin while all this is going on. So to do that, we're going to spin this node here. The direction, we're going to guess. We're going to guess and see if we get it right. So that is rotation Y. Y. And we're going to say 2 times pi times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then for this one, negative 1 point, about 3. And then 3. And then final position, final height. So we're going to do either 3 or 6. I hate ternaries in Godot. That's one of those things that I really just... I get that it's Pythonic. Okay, let's see which way he spins here. I'm gonna go slow-mo. That is the wrong way. And that is also the wrong way. Great. Wait, that was kind of the right way? Oh, he flips because... Oh. Because it scales... Oh, no. Okay, hang on. What is it that gets scaled here? It is the sprites container. So can I safely move these two here? Is that allowed? We're gonna find out. I mean, it already looks bad. I see problems with that right away. How bad is it gonna be? Yeah, see, that's... Also, it's going in fast motion? No. No, not really. I need to find out what is happening here. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Hang on, I'm going to turn off the music. I don't know if you guys can hear this. It's not... Well, I guess I don't know for sure if it's my project or not, and I guess an easy way to know would be to pull up a dead simple... Here we go. A dead simple Godot project that doesn't even have sound. Loading, loading, loading. Okay. Nothing. Something. And you can listen. All right, so listen right now. That wasn't what you were supposed to listen for. That wasn't what you were supposed to listen for. Hey, Chip. Welcome in. Oh, how's it going? All right. I'm going to sound crazy here. There's a whine. There's an audio whine that happens with my game. And you see the spiral. The thing is, I've tried muting the master bus, and I still hear it. Okay? I'm going to mute the mic. You guys should hear no audio. Okay, good. You can't hear it. That makes me feel a little better. I may have to go back in the VOD. In fact, I'm going to put a marker. It's really quiet, but it's consistent for me. There's like a very slight electrical noise. Oh, okay. And here's why I think that I'm going crazy. Because it even happens if my desktop audio is muted. Anonymous gifter. Golly gee, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Oh man, congratulations to Alakazam, Roland Mao, Yoshi, Mog, and Casual, our musician. Thank you so much. Thank you, Anonymous. I really appreciate it. You're just in time for the electrical whine. No, it's so baffling. Those are some decent snipes. Yeah, I did mention that before. Ooh, that's a good question. I would need to listen to a 60 hertz pitch. Here. Okay. I've muted desktop audio for me, so I cannot hear desktop audio right now. Anonymous goat, that's right. Now if I turn this on, wait. Wait. Maybe. Well, sorry. Yeah, you guys can still hear the music. I cannot. I muted it for me. I look insane right. I feel insane right now. Because I was like, oh, you know what it is? It's probably because I'm pulling the decibels down on the bus. And what I should do is say that if it hits a certain threshold, I shouldn't just pull the decibels down. I should completely mute the channel and actually set that mute flag. That sounds like best practice to me. And I bet that's why there's still like a slight bit of noise, even if the music is turned all the way down to like below the range of human hearing, according to Godot's documentation. And then I did all that. I set it up so that, like, okay, if it goes down below this, set it to mute, complete mute, and I still heard the noise. And I'm going crazy. That's so true. That's so true. I'm having issues with it. This game stuff. Right, so Casual has set up new boss music for us for Chapter 2. We're going to take a little preview listen. So the background for this is inside of a power station that has been long since abandoned. Here's a sampler room. Oh, that needs to be fixed now that we got the new setup going on. So it's going to be kind of overgrown and grimy and all kinds of fun little puzzles. So this is just not going to work anymore. Oh, unless... Oh, nice. I can still cheat it. And then the whole thing is overgrown with plants who have merged with the mechanics. So they're kind of taking over. And then the boss is going to be like a big... I'm thinking sunflower because it was a solar plant and then like it's photosynthesis. You get it. Okay. I'm going to crank it down a little bit. Okay, a little bit further up. So specifically, I was asking for heavy synth juxtaposed with more natural stuff for the bridge. Also, we have a mini game that breaks everything. Why did that break everything? Puzzle code 1. Puzzle code 1. That should be the puzzle. I randomly generated a bunch of puzzle states and then just picked the ones that felt decent. So it's not fully randomized. You always get solvable puzzles. Puzzle list. Pop. Oh! Pop doesn't exist in array. It's pop front. Okay, so here's the newer part that we haven't heard yet. So this is the puzzle bit. Yeah, this is good. I like this. I like this movie. It's come a long way very quickly. There we go. So the idea is you get 3 successes before 3 timeouts. Anyway, that's the puzzle room. There's multiple different puzzles. It's still got that plant feel. I love that plant feel. It sounds really good, Casual. Oh, you're gonna recut it for looping. Yeah, that would be. I can do it myself in Audacity, but it does save me a little bit of work, which I appreciate. Love puzzles. That was a fun puzzle to program. It is basically just like Pipe Dream, but instead of placing the tiles, you're rotating them, and it's with a time limit. And then the puzzles get bigger and bigger in later rooms of the dungeon. So there's like 3 of those machines in Chapter 2 dungeon. And they have different sets. The first one is like tutorial. It's like almost impossible to lose. It's just showing you like, okay, here's how it works. you can't even time out. It's just like, okay, as soon as you hover over this and rotate it. It wasn't too hard. The path thing was annoying. Here, let's look at this one. I think is slightly bigger. And I'll change it into slow-mo so that the time limit doesn't catch me. So these little orbs here, that is annoying because that is a path 3D that's being dynamically generated whenever I change a tile. So whenever I change a tile, it recalculates the path 3D. Which I know that doesn't perfectly line up with the animation, but it's like, it's good enough. So what it is that each tile, this is silly, and this is how I learned a really ugly thing about Godot that Godot people should watch out for. And really, I should have used resources for this. I've been putting off getting good at resources. And I know I need to get better at them. Wire puzzle. So instead of doing that, when all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So the pieces are actually CSGs because I didn't want to bother making them in Blender because they're so simple. They're so stupid simple. It's like I can just throw a couple of geometries in there and it's going to be a half decent mesh. Yeah, there's some broken geometry, but you're not going to see it. But the magic is that each tile includes a puzzlepanel.gd file where I list connection pairs in order 0, 1, 2, 3 are the 4 sides. 0, 1, 2, 3. And so in pairs, I just list, okay, 0 is connected to 1 for this tile. And if we look at the cross, well here, 1 is connected to 3 and 2 is connected to 0. So it's just in pairs. And then there's a lot of code that does a little iterative check to see like, okay, starting with the starting piece, which is predefined, which one is that pointing to? Oh, it's pointing in direction 0, which means I need to go one tile over and check to see, okay, what does connection 2 link to? Does it link to 0, like a straight piece, or does it go to 1, like an upwards curve? And every time you rotate one of these pieces, I iterate through that array and either add 1 or subtract 1 and loop around. And that keeps track of which way a tile is facing. The problem is, this is so silly. So puzzle panel, let's say puzzle panel curve, which says 0 and 1 are connected. When I rotate that, I change it to say, okay, now 1 and 2 are connected. If you have multiple of the same type of node, so in this case, puzzle panel curve, which, yeah, my puzzle has multiples of those, and they have a script, and that script has an array of whatever. Each individual node does not have its own array. They all share the same reference. So what I saw is when I rotated one curve, even though the nodes themselves looked normal, they were not rotating with it. The underlying data that I was storing in an array, every curve was updating. How did I fix this? I just made a locally duplicated array. Because at that point, I had programmed a lot of stuff for this little puzzle that's going to take like 2 minutes in the actual game. It was a really easy fix, but it's duct tape. Like, there is still that underlying issue of like, well, yeah, but we're still sharing this. Well, I'm not using that, so it doesn't matter. So be aware, if you're using arrays in the exports, you don't want to go editing those arrays. Or at least be prepared to work around it. Use flex tape. Now we're talking. Okay, what's the deal with this guy? Something is up, I notice. What is up here? So that should be going straight through his center. But it's not. Oh, this is not the right scene. This is the scene. Oh, we're about to need to end the stream. You see, he's all off center suddenly. What? What? Oh, yeah. Also, that's not rotating at all because the actor is not rotating. Okay. Hal still wants to tempt me with logical cores. I love logical cores. Why would he try to tempt me so? He knows I love those. Alright, if I put this back in here, it's doing mirroring. Okay, see that? Okay, okay. This is good. And now I can actually reach him. They're too close to each other. They're too close to each other. We need a... Yeah. Well, no, they were supposed to stay in the ground. So that's this enemy's gimmick, is that sometimes his head is really high up and you can't hit him with a ground move, and sometimes he's close to the ground where you can. Because in this chapter, you get a partner who can hit either. And so this is supposed to be one of the enemies that lets him shine a little bit. Battle spacing equals 2. Set unit positions. I want him to count as 2 units. Do we have a array? Is there like a reduce? There is. What's an example here? I would love... Okay. Max. What? Function. Oh, geez, that's nested. Okay, here we go. It's an accumulator. Okay, that's fine. And then an initial value. Just like JavaScript. Just like JavaScript. So, number of units is for the spacing purposes. And if we instead say, oh man, a PID party, now we're talking. If instead of just grabbing the size, we instead do a reduce, A comma B, return A plus B. Wait, is there just a sum? Is there just a sum array? some array. No, there's not. So it would be this. So that was some. So is there a map? Or a select? There is a map. Okay, so for each enemy, grab how many spaces it takes up. And then times position iterator is the frontmost. I think this will work. What do you mean? Wait, what? Oh, because that's the unit and not the unit type. Unit type dot get battle spacing. Okay. Will this space them out more? Uh-oh. Expected only one argument because I did unit again and it's actually unit type. The unit is a specific iteration of that enemy. There we go. They're spaced out. So now, from now on, this enemy gets breathing room. That's great. All right, so right now, I cannot hit him with a gear spin. He's too high up. But now, he's down there. Ow, ow. Now, I would really love to see him go back up. There we go. All right, the negative 2.5 that we've been doing, I'm going to change that to 3.5 to really get him under there. Okay, we're done. We did it. We're incredible. He's a little bit janky, but I like him. Okay, so the plan is, oh, perfect. We got a germ dove we can raid into. The plan is we're gonna go back on some of the other plant creatures and add some 3D elements to make that kind of a running theme, is that these plants that are somehow combined with mechanical items, the mechanical portion is going to be represented by 3D models. And I think that will add a little bit of consistency to that theme. So we finished that enemy, but we've made more work for us. The only enemy that we have officially left for this chapter is the boss. So I guess that'll be a lot of next week, is coming up with how that's going to work. I remember we talked about a lot of plans, but I need to kind of write those down. There was all kinds of stuff of like different attacks and gimmicky bits. It's not going to be too gimmicky. I think defensive thorns were mentioned. All right. Everybody, have a good night. I won't hang out long. I've got to get to sleep. Well, let's go over to Germ Dove. Yay. Bye, everybody.